distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I begin by thanking the heads of agencies and organizations for partnering and sponsoring today's Talanoa session, and especially the United Nations Environment Programme and the UN Special Envoy for Oceans, Fiji's very own Ambassador Peter Thompson, for choosing Savusavu and our Great Sea Reef to launch the International Year of the Reef over the next 2 days here in Vanua Levu. On behalf of the Fijian government, I warmly welcome you to our shores and wish you an enjoyable stay, albeit a very short whirlwind one. We have put together an action-packed itinerary for which I'm certain you will all enjoy. Today's events, ladies and gentlemen, comes at a significant time for Fiji, where we have co-chaired with Sweden the first UN Ocean Conference and now hold the COP23 presidency. We know the critical relationship between climate and the ocean and our coral reefs are on the forefront line when it comes to its impacts. At COP23 in Bonn, we launched the Ocean Pathway to find the right space for the ocean in the UNFCCC process and to ensure that a healthy ocean is recognized as critical for fixing climate change and vice versa. This event highlights the critical nexus of climate change and the ocean. We are facing drastic loss on a global scale of our reefs and a direct result of climate change, and I hope this year will be a catalyst for action on climate change and for ocean health. I would like to take this moment to acknowledge the COP23 Secretariat's support for this event as well. In Fiji, we depend on the reefs for at least 3 industry segments that are vital to our national sustainability. They are namely fishing, agriculture, aquaculture, and tourism industries. Coral reefs contain the most diverse range of ecosystems on the planet. Apart from the millions of dollars in services the reefs generate, studies have shown that coral reefs provide a rich, concise, scientifically evidenced data of climate event behavior over the past millennia. This helps identify records of major storms, climate-related disasters, and human impacts that can be recorded through the changes in coral growth patterns. A wealth of weather-related forecast studies are made available through this crucial wetlands system. They are increasingly recognized for their roles in water purification, flood controls, spawning grounds, and nurseries for most marine and freshwater organisms, climate change adaptation and mitigation, and in protecting a high diversity of species, most of which are still unknown. Fiji is a signatory to a number of multilateral environmental agreements within which numerous commitments are made, and these include marine protection and management. Our projects support reef sustainability through ecosystem-based management approaches, species conservation, climate resilience, and a dual management system. We also have well-established coordinating mechanisms in place, for example, our National Environment Council, the Protected Area Committees, and the Offshore Technical Advisory Committee. To complement the above, there exists a strong network or partnership of government and non-government partners, as evident around the room today. Fiji's National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan is an effective tool for coordination, streamlining, and reporting on all MEA-related activities. With a fair bit of mechanics in place, we are at a crucial juncture to decide as to what we should do next. The next significant steps to be undertaken would be to analyze the gaps and establish actions to fill those gaps towards the protection outcomes we need for the crucial ecosystem-based assets. Some of these gaps that I mention include 1. Tighter coordination with our strategies. 2. Linking our national targets and commitments to policies. 3. Aligning our national targets to the existing regional frameworks. 4. A joint coordinated mechanism. And 5. Private sector and community engagement. Today's panel discussions, presentations, and working group exercise sessions have all been designed to get the maximum out of our day. To the Fiji team, I'm sure you will make the most of this Talanoa session and will come up with some very clear and concise action inputs that will result in a comprehensive plan for the year towards the protection of our reefs. I also challenge you to put on a regional and global hat and help UNEP, ICRI, WWF and partners envision solutions for the planet and for our reefs. And in the true spirit of the word Talanoa, I urge you all to share, inspire, learn and enjoy the rest of the day. And before I finish, I would just like to say something that I picked up from Eric's speech earlier on straws. There is a restaurant in Pacific Harbour called Baka Blues, and Pacific Harbour is on the main island of Fiji. They banned straws in their restaurant about 4 months ago, and it's working very well for them. They have formed a Pacific Harbour Tourism Association, and they are encouraging all the resorts and restaurants in the Pacific Harbour region to follow suit. A few of them have started already, and we're hoping that they will all follow suit, and then this will catch on and do a domino effect throughout the whole of Fiji, because straws are a major problem for the world. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Corals, but in so many other ways. You had the enormous destruction of the hurricanes in the Caribbean. You saw Houston, big American city, being hit by that. You had big...
You took extra care, and you took care to protect it and keep it safe. Take care of it for the next generation. Here we are, gathered to talk about, and we want it for our next generations. Coming generations will be protected.
The safety of Southeast Asia with a one-way ticket into this enormous and taking good care of this fantastic ocean and all the islands in the plastic pollution, which is now so horrible in global oceans. Capitalism, let's call it that, the Amazon, the Google, the Microsoft, the Apple, all